This evening, we're also learning chilling new details about the shooter, the gunman, 57-year-old Sam Cassidy.
KRON 4's Dan Kerman is live for us outside of his home tonight in San Jose with the latest on this tragedy. Dan?
Well, Grant and Vicki, we're here on Angmar Court. Local and federal investigators have been here all day long, moving into their 6th hour. They look like they are wrapping up at this point, not giving details on what they have found in that home, but we are learning more, as you say, about the gunman. Federal and local investigators spent the day combing through VTA gunman Samuel Cassidy's San Jose home on Angmar Court. The home was reported on fire Wednesday morning about the same time authorities say Cassidy began shooting co-workers at the VTA light rail facility.
He set up some type of a device or a slow fire that would get larger, and it seems like he wanted them to both happen at the same time. Because there's only a 4-minute difference, so we know he wasn't there at that time.
Home security video shows Cassidy loading a duffel bag into his pickup truck before leaving his home Wednesday. Thursday, sheriff's officials confirmed he brought plenty of firepower with him to work that day.
The suspect had 2 handguns on him when the sheriff's office approached him, and they were semi-automatic 9mm handguns, but he also had 11 magazines, and the magazines had ammunition in them. In fact, they were high-capacity magazines. Each one had 12 rounds in it, and he fired a total of 39 shots.
9 co-workers were killed before Cassidy turned the gun on himself, and sheriff's officials believe the gunman targeted specific co-workers.
He said to one of the people there, "I'm not going to shoot you," and then he shot other people. So I imagine there was some kind of thought on who he wanted to shoot.
The motive has not been determined, but the sheriff's office says the suspect has been a highly disgruntled VTA employee for many years. And in fact, a Biden administration official confirms that while being detained by U.S. Customs officers after a 2016 trip to the Philippines, Cassidy had books about terrorism and notes indicating he hated his VTA workplace. The unnamed official says a Homeland Security memo on the incident says when he was asked whether he had issues with people at work, he said no. Back live at the scene of the gunman's home, as we mentioned, local and federal authorities still on the scene here, combing through what is left of that place. We can tell you that at this point, the sheriff says we may never know the exact motive, but she says they will be speaking to witnesses and do their best to piece it together. Live in San Jose, Dan Kerman, KRON 4 News.
Dan, I know you talked with the sheriff. From this vantage point, it really appears to be an execution. That these were kill shots, and the gunman was accurate, fairly accurate. Did she address this at all? Because there were not a lot of injured people, but a lot of dead people.
Well, all that she addressed specifically was the fact that he had told one employee that he was not going to kill that person, meaning that he had come in, he had planned this, and he had decided who it was that he was going to take out.
And Dan, you hear about these books on terror and how he had written down, how disgruntled he was. What is the process now as far as where this investigation goes to try to, figure out if it could have been prevented?
Well, at this point, what we can tell you is that information regarding that customs stop in 2016, obviously that information, while unofficial from the Biden administration, certainly is in the hands of both the FBI and ATF and Homeland Security. And obviously they are doing an investigation into that to find out what happened after that and if there was any follow-up.
All right, Dan Kerman live for us tonight in San Jose. Appreciate that, Dan. And we